What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So day before yesterday, I didn't drop a full video about the match against Real Oviedo. I dropped a short video while driving out in the morning, and I decided to do like a full video this evening talking about what's coming, the election, the new contract renewal, the players that are leaving the club and the ones that are coming in. And I feel like I should, touch all these topics because they are very important to the club and they're also very important to us, the fans. If you're joining this page today, you should know that this page is talking about FC Barcelona, the club that we love, the club that we've been supporting. And my FC Barcelona story started in 2006, right? 2006 against the game with Arsenal. Previously, I used to be an Arsenal fan, and after that game against Arsenal, I had to leave because it's almost as if I could see the future and I could tell that Arsenal didn't have any chance or hope of winning any trophy of, any trophy of meaning to date, and that has been how the story panned out. So it's almost as if I'm a visionary. But coming back to Barcelona, it's been an amazing journey, and that journey took us to last Sunday where we played Real Oviedo. Before that match, Madrid already had their game against Villarreal, which I thought Villarreal was going to put up more of a fight. But as usual, it's Madrid, so they got a penalty, and then they got, I will call it a first team goal, because the dribble happened by Vinicius. The defenders tried their best, and Mbappe, who is a very quick player, took advantage of the situation. Barcelona against Real Oviedo was very, very interesting, and the first half was really dull. I really didn't know what was happening with the players. They were trying their best. They were losing the ball most of the time. It's as if they really told themselves that when Pedri is not playing, that something is missing. You could just feel it. They were not confident. And then in the second half, they came in with a bang. Real Oviedo gave us the chances and we took it. We didn't even blink, right? That's how you know a team that is ruthless. So yeah, we're back on top of the table, which is where we belong. And I have serious faith that Madrid is going to lose, right? I don't think Madrid is going to go unbeaten to the end of the season. Barcelona, on the other hand, I also don't see them going unbeaten to the end of the season. So in one of these games from now to the end of the season, these two teams are going to drop at least 2 games, either by draw or by the matter of a loss. Now, that aside, we have an amazing match coming up on Wednesday, the Champions League final round of the group stage, right? Barcelona put themselves in a situation that I didn't even understand how we are there, because when the initial draw came out for this Champions League, I felt like we are one of those teams that got like a perfect draw, in the sense that we had to play clubs like Club Brugge. We had to play clubs that I felt like we could ride, over. I didn't believe Chelsea was going to beat us. PSG, I knew they were going to be tough, but it's unfortunate that they played us without their complete team, and we also played without our complete team. So the 2-1 was just a fair result. But yeah, we find ourselves in a situation where if we don't win Copenhagen with at least 3-2 goals, we might not make it to the round of, 16 directly. We might have to play the playoff, and I don't want us to get into that because of the injuries. It's kind of, not nice. I understand that last season PSG came from there to come and win it, but I don't think that that's a journey that we want to go through, especially a team that have tested Europa League and then back to the Champions League. I feel like it's not going to be good for our mental health, and I know Hansi Flick also understands this. It's unfortunate that Pedri has to go now, right? It's very unfortunate that Pedri is not, going to play this game. Frenkie de Jong is still not going to play this game. Last game that we played against Slavia Prague, Lamine didn't play, and we saw how much we missed him. Now we are losing both Frenkie and Pedri against Copenhagen, and Copenhagen is no easy team. This is what people don't seem to understand. Copenhagen is going to come out and play, and it now depends on who and how we organize our midfield. I feel like in that midfield, I guess because I've been listening to a lot of stories about Trump, but I feel like Hansi Flick should organize it with Fermin, Olmo, and this time around Eric Garcia, right? Play Kunde at the right back, play a defensive, combination of Kubasi and Arahu. I think I've had enough of Gerard Martins for now. I feel like, yes, you've been giving him a lot of games and that helps his confidence, but most times when he plays, I can see it in his face that he's struggling, right? And I don't wish that on anybody, especially our player. So I think he needs some rest. And then you should play Baude. This is how I feel like from the midfield, to the back line should be set up. Up front, honestly, we have a problem up front that I don't know how we're going to solve. Because yes, Fermin is playing at the 10th position. Lamine is a constant on his wing. Rafinha is also a constant on his wing. Now, where the problem lies is, would Flick play Olmo as a false nine? If Flick can play Olmo as a false nine, I see the team performing way better than when we are playing Lewandowski. Lewandowski is a legend. He has achieved so much with football, but I feel like he has passed this stage of football. The game against Rio Viedo, there are so many passes that he got and he didn't know how to control them. He didn't know how to turn around. Once he's back in the post, is a problem. Once Lewandowski is back in the post, is a problem, and this don't used to be a problem for him before. So it still goes to say that the age factor is affecting him, and as much as he wants to deny it and feels like he still feels himself like he can play and all those talking tough, nature will always take his role, right? Nature will always take his role, and that aside, I feel like at the end of the whole day, Barcelona is going to qualify top 8. It's not going to be a goalless game from the other team to Copenhagen. I see Copenhagen putting up a fight, but I see Barcelona easily playing 4-1 if we put away our chances, if Lewandowski is technical enough. I don't know what exactly is wrong with Rashford, and I've seen him play as a winger, and I know he's not doing very well at that position. And it's not as though he could also connect from the 9th position, except we have a situation where Flick is going to play a situation where there's going to be a lot of counter game for him to run with his pace, for him to use his physicality. Lewandowski is not a man that I think we need in this match, but who am I to say? He might come in and then he performs better than anything I'm imagining. So that aside, coming to the departures that we had, Drew left. How do I feel about Drew leaving? I feel that Drew hasn't really built up, a career in Barcelona enough for me to miss him. He played 1 or 2 games and that was that. And I feel like I understand where he's coming from with him trying to go to places that he could get minutes. And if he decides to go to PSG, I think that's the wrong move. I feel like you should go to places like Brighton, go to places like Dortmund. You get enough minutes to develop properly. PSG has a lot of midfielders, so I don't know how you're going to find your way through that. They have like mad depth in that squad. Except there's something that Luis Enrique is seeing that you have that we are not seeing, and I hope he gives you the chance and you see the light of the day when you get there. And then we have a lot of incomings, right? There are like 4 of them coming in. We have players from Uruguay, we have players from Ajax, we have players from Al Hilal, and we have players from Norwich. So we have defenders, we have attackers. So I understand the whole concept of what the club is trying to do. It's almost exactly what Chelsea has done in the past, where they find these talents and they bring them in. They are currently even doing it. That's the current model of Chelsea. And then you get them to play, and when they play well, you get to sell for a profit. So I feel like that's no problem, and I also wish, especially Hamza, the striker, could surprise everybody and be invited to the first team to train with the first team. That would be an amazing solution for what we're looking for by the summer, because I feel like the summer is going to be very big. Lewandowski is leaving. I'm seeing so many options out there. If you ask me what's my most preferred option, obviously I would say Julian Alvarez. It's going to cost us more than a penny. And if we're going to spend the amount of money on Julian Alvarez, I don't see us keeping Rashford as well, except Rashford is coming back on another loan. So what I would say is a lot of people are bashing Vlahovic, who I think is a very good striker. I feel like if Flick can convert Ferran, who is not necessarily an amazing striker, to be giving us the amount of performance he's giving us, Vlahovic is going to do amazingly in Barcelona. We had the chance of getting Jonathan David on a free. For some reason, we didn't take the opportunity. He went to Juventus. Vlahovic too has been suffering a lot of injuries, which is why he's not necessarily the first option I would think of, but these are the names that I'm just seeing floating on Twitter. If I was to ask, I would choose Solot. I feel like Solot is like another Haaland. If he comes to a good team like Barcelona, he's going to more than explode. I feel like Solot is really, really, really good, and he's an attacker that is, a striker that is strong, tall, physical, can score. He knows where the goal is. He's very athletic. I feel like we should go for Solot. I feel like with 40, 50, 60 million, we could get Solot than spending a lot of money like 100 million to get Julian Alvarez. If we get Solot for that amount of money, it will solve our striker problem for a very long time. And then the likes of Hamza can come in to support. Ferran Torres is always there. I feel like that's the best solution, so that we can have money, save up enough money to go get a proper winger, right? Because I don't see Rashford as the winger that we should keep in Barcelona. You might be wrong, and you should drop your opinion if you are. But personally, I feel that aside from the stats, his on-field gameplay, I don't rate his gameplay that much, and this is for a player that I supported so much when he was coming to the team. So it's nothing like I don't have any vendetta, any hate towards him. It's just me being like real. Yeah. So congratulations to the female team for winning the Super Cup against Madrid. I knew they were gonna win. I thought they were gonna score more goals. I was kind of disappointed that we didn't score more goals, especially because of my stakes, But at the end of the day, we have a male team and the female team that both won the Super Cup, and that's amazing. And that's what I'm going to stop for today. And I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you guys will subscribe, share, and like this YouTube journey. I hope at least the goal I'm giving myself is that by my birthday, I should have gotten to like 100 subscribers on this channel. My other channel, I was posting there before, but then I don't really think it's advisable to post there because that's like my professional music channel. I'm still going to go back there and delete most of those videos that I posted there, and then try to grow this channel and see how far I could go with it. It's not easy. Believe me, it's not easy because I have a full-on job. I have a company I have to run during the day, but still, I thank God for the ones that are subscribed and that are looking forward to my videos. I appreciate you guys, and I want you guys to keep supporting FC Barcelona, watching good football, supporting Lamine Yamal, Visca Barça, Visca El Catalonia. See you in my next video. Peace.